Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicole, Phillip, but my friends call me Coco. So I want to welcome you today. I want to do a quick teaching on a recap of my training this weekend. I was in Miami, had the awesome opportunity to come to my convention for traders and things like that. So I want to just give you a recap of one of the principles that I learned that I believe is going to be helpful. So if you are currently seeking, change in your life, if you have goals in mind and you desire for your goals to manifest, to come true, I want you to stay involved in this live, or if you're watching this video, the replay of it, I just want you to stay involved. Stay with me, because I believe that this principle is really going to be beneficial for those who are looking to launch a business, looking to start something new, or looking to just create a new behavior. Have you ever been at a place in your life where you're just like, you know what, I desire something more. There's more on the inside of me, and sometimes I'm in my own way. Have you been there? I'm in my own way, and I want to begin to create a new pattern of life for myself. I want to create a new mindset. I desire more for my children. I desire more for my business. I desire more. So today we're going to talk about how to provoke change. And the biggest thing what you're going to have to understand is change starts in your mind. It starts in your belief system. It starts in your belief system. I know that we have habits and we have actions and we have done behaviors and different things like that. But in order to provoke change, in order to move from where you are to where you desire, you must change your mindset. You must change your belief. And sometimes it's just one small belief. Even in your childhood, have you ever grown up and parents would say, oh, we can't afford that, we can't afford that. And you begin to have that belief in your mind, and then you begin to cultivate it and say it to your kids. And then all of a sudden you see that mentality of not being able to have financial freedom and financial wealth. So I want you guys to stick around. Let's get into it. One of the things I learned was a spiral effect. Now, if you're watching this video, I want you to write that in the live chat. Spiral effect. That's what we're going to learn today. The spiral effect. So I've done some pre-work. Hopefully you guys can see that. Do you all see that? The spiral effect is based on how our lives can spiral up or down. Many times when things aren't going well in our lives, we'll say, it seems like I just keep going through the same thing over and over, a circle, a cycle over and over, and it seems like my life is spiraling out of control. Well, what you first need to understand is that our lives can spiral upward or our lives can spiral downward. So we can experience positive things, the things that God has for us, and have a momentum and it spirals up, or we can have a spiral effect to spiral down. And a lot of it, what a lot of people need to understand, is based on our beliefs and our confessions. The Word of God says there is life and death in the power of the tongue. What are we saying to ourselves and to our atmospheres every day? Even in the heat of frustration, okay? Even in the heat of frustration, even in when things aren't going right, do we call them problems, or do we call them challenges, or will we call them opportunities? It's opportunities that God is giving you to think and to master and to create a new idea when we experience challenges. God has given us his creative power and his ability to be the solution to problems. We first must understand that. So when we look at the spiral effect, there's 4 components of the spiral effect. One is potential, action, results, and belief. what you need to understand, and I'll tell it again: potential, action, results, and belief. Okay, so those are the 4 things. I need somebody to type that. We're in class today. I need somebody to type my 4 principles of the spiral effect: potential, action, results, and belief. Thank you, class. Class is in session today. Class is in session. Good morning. Potential, action, okay, results, and belief. These 4 principles work together. Okay, so let's just use opening a business. Let's just use that principle. Well, you believe that, God is giving you an idea, and you have it. You have what you desire to do, what you are thinking about, and what you want to launch. So you believe, okay, I have the potential to open this business. So you begin to put your potential into action. You begin to seek out those who you believe could help you. All right. You begin to write down your business plan. You open up the business. You're taking action based on your potential to open up a business and based on your belief that you have this business idea. Well, once you begin to put it into action, you begin to see results. All right. So the business open, you begin to get customers, and it goes well. And your belief now is increased to say, okay, this business is profitable. I can do it. I'm an expert. And now your potential rises and your actions begin to increase. And then you get greater results and your belief level becomes higher. So you see how the spiral effect begins to go up and up and up based on your belief, based on your potential, how you put things into action, and the results that you're getting. Now, the problem with many people is that when you experience negative results or results that you did not expect, it can affect your belief. So when your belief is affected, then you say, okay, let's say you open up the business and the business failed. Like I have had that. I opened up an event center, and throughout that period, throughout that year, I experienced a lot of different challenges. I wasn't able to really launch off of the pad. So I had to make a decision. Okay, I will not renew the lease again. And I experienced failure in my mind and in my heart. So because I didn't have the right belief system to understand that failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and try again, my belief system went down and say, okay, well, maybe I don't need a commercial building. Maybe I don't need this. Maybe I don't need that. And then sometimes I got counsel from people who were not successful, 1, in my industry, 2, in trying again after they failed because they walked in fear. So because my results were down, my belief went down, the potential automatically begins to spiral down. Are you guys getting this? I want you to put your comments there if you're understanding. So when we are experiencing negative results, our first human, response is to complain and begin to spew out negativity, begin to spew out things about how we can't do it. And then our confession changes from what God originally intended for us to confess. Because remember, life and death is in the power of our tongue. We begin to receive what we say. Okay, I'm going to say that again. We begin to receive what we say. We begin to attract what we begin to put out into the atmosphere. Because just like in Genesis, the DNA of the Creator to create something out of nothing, God has given that to us and placed that in us. So when we begin to release those negative things and negative confessions, like I'm not good at this and I can't do that and this failed and I'm a failure here, all of those things begin to attract to us and manifest even more into our lives. So the first thing we must understand is we must have the right perspective about failure. Okay, number one, we must have the right perspective about failure. Failure is not failure. Failure is an opportunity for you to adjust, to shift, to learn, and try again. What is powerful about the word breakthrough? Many times, especially in the Christian world, or we begin to prophesy about breakthrough. Breakthrough is coming to your home. Breakthrough is coming to your job. God is about to break through, all of those things. Well, what you must understand is before you can receive a breakthrough, you must have failure, repeated failure. When you think about the science world and the definition that breakthrough brings to that is they are trying to figure out some type of formula, some type of cure, some type of technical machine, and it's not working. They have the blueprint and they begin to write it down and begin to put it together, but it's not working based on the creator's original design. Okay? So when they experience what we call failure or a challenge or an opportunity, okay, the scientist or the creator tries again until they receive a breakthrough. Our problem, I say I was about to say y'all, but our problem is we quit right before the breakthrough. But we prophesy and we claim breakthrough, and we expect not to experience opportunities for us to continue to learn and try again. And then what will happen is our confession begins to change. And based on that confession, now we begin to see negative manifestations in our lives because our confession or our belief has changed, which then affects our potential, which then affects our actions, which then affects our results. And then we continue to spiral downward based on our belief system. So if you want to begin to provoke change, you have to ask the hard question. What is my mental intelligence? What is my emotional intelligence? Where am I? Where is my mindset? What am I proclaiming? What am I saying? Okay, in my subconscious mind, what am I putting in there? Because a lot of times, even in our childhood and even as we begin to grow, we experience a lot of things that get into our subconscious mind and begin to change what we believe about ourselves. Even in the Christian world, we will proclaim God, but we will not have the mind of Christ that says everything is possible with God. All right, guys. So when we're looking at the spiral effect, we must do a couple of things, and then we're going to close. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me and sharing this video and watching. So the first thing we must do is, what do we believe about ourselves? We can believe a lot about a lot of people. Okay? We believe the greatest things about everybody else. But what do we believe about ourselves? Okay? What do we believe about what God said we can do? And then when you realize that your belief system may not match up with the word of God or the prophetic word over your life, or just your statement of what you are claiming on the outside, then we must adjust that belief. So you're saying, Nicole, how do I do that? We must continue to repeat the correct belief so that our subconscious mind can receive it. Our mind can receive it. Our heart can receive it. So if you know that God has called you to be an author, a business owner, a speaker, a mother, a daughter, whatever you're working on, whatever your goals are, you begin to recite that periodically throughout the day. One of the affirmations that I use is from a mentor that I watch online, and then he's also in my business as well. I am so happy and grateful now that. Okay, so I am so happy and grateful now that whatever your goal is. Want somebody to type that in the comment box. I am so happy and grateful now, because based on Mark 11:24, if you believe, when you pray, you shall receive it. Okay? So that we're not just making confessions based on our own word. We're making confessions based on the word of God. God is the center at everything that we do. So his word will never return void. If he says that you're the head and not the tail, that's in everything. You're the head in your job, in your marriage, in your business, in your finances. You are the head and not the tail. The hardest part is for you to believe it. Don't just believe it for me or your neighbor or the next person. Believe it for you. So when you believe it for you, you have to confront fear. You have to confront the fear of failure, fear of disappointment, unmet expectations. All of these things come when you make that declaration that you will be what God said you will be. But you have the power to continue to maintain and push through. So how do you fight those distractions? You must continue to keep yourself around people that have the same goals as you. You must continue to keep yourself around the Word of God. You must continue to keep yourself around people who have a positive mindset that will not let you quit. So once you have determined that I don't have the right belief system, you must, over a period of, I suggest at least 30 days, 30, 60, 90 days, but let's just start at 30 days, that you begin to flood yourself with what you are desiring to accomplish. Whether that be a vision board, whether you record yourself in a voice memo, you say, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a 6-figure earner. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm a best-selling author. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a mother. I am so happy and grateful now. Whatever God has called you to do, that I'm a businessman, that I attract the people that I desire, whatever it is, you have to begin to feed yourself with it. Some people say, well, this will be corny. This is, that little theory or whatever. I don't even believe that. Well, you just let them have their belief. Everybody has the freedom to believe what they believe. But when you begin to see results in proclaiming the word of God or proclaiming affirmations over your life, your belief system will go up. So you just bless them and you allow them to live a life that they desire to live through their words. But you can't allow other people's words and confessions and mindset to create your world. It's a world that you desire. So because you desire it and you are building it, you can't allow the opinions of people to move you from off of what you are doing. All right. This is literally scientifically proven. This is what God did in Genesis 1, where he spoke to a void world. He put his spirit, he hovered over the waters, and he began to speak something that was not in existence. And based on his belief and his spoken word, the world was framed by faith. Okay? So I want you to begin to make a commitment that you will do this for at least 30 days. You will repeat it. I don't care if you have to do a voice memo and play it back to yourself before you wake up, when you get ready to go to bed, at your lunchtime. You write it on a note card. Get a note card and write that goal down. And make that your confession over the next 30 days. What we're doing here is changing our belief about what God has purposed in us. And I promise you, you will begin to see a difference. Now, what you will accomplish, what you will experience is, once you put that out there, you're going to get like a drawback or resistance, but you have to stand on your belief system. You have to stand on it and continue to confess it. When I began to confess over my business, when I had a spiral where things started to get worse, and it started to affect my belief system about what I could do and what I could accomplish as an entrepreneur. So I got this teaching. I began to reconfess the things of God over my business, and things got worse. Did you hear me? But I could not move off of that confession. And now it's just peaking. It drew back. It says she's not moving. She's continuing to confess the word of God over her life. So now I have to push things in line to produce what she said, because she has God's power living on the inside of her. So because of that, I begin to see a nice increase. And I continue to confess those things over my life, because I know my goal is way over there. Even though my goal is way over there and it seems like it's far away, I already am grateful, and I'm already happy now. I already give God the praise, because right now is when I have received it. Even though I don't see it with my eyes, when I said it, I received it. Oh God. Oh Jesus. So, that's your homework as we continue to build on this concept and continue to build in the teaching. I want you to do that. Those who have decided, okay, I'm going to do this, I want you to inbox me and let me know that you're going to make this commitment. And I just, you know what, I'm going to create a separate group. I have a group called I Will Be Fruitful. I'm going to put you in that group, and we're going to begin to really walk this thing out together. How about that? I didn't plan on doing that, but I'm going to make that commitment to you, because you made the commitment to yourself. So if you're watching this on Facebook, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can email me at info@ministryeventmarketing.com. info@ministryeventmarketing.com. If you're not on Facebook, you can inbox me there, Nicole Phillip, on Facebook. On Instagram, you can inbox me or DM me at Coco_speaks. Alrighty, I'll put a caption on this video if you're watching this on other outlets. So if you are willing to make that commitment to yourself, I'm going to make a commitment to you over the next 30 days. All right, you guys ready? I'm excited. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Nicole Phillip, but my friends call me Coco. So continue to follow the page so that you can get more inspirational videos and teachings. Thank you all. Thank you for sharing. Put this in someone's inbox that you know who is working on something big and need a little motivation. I pray that you all will have a blessed day and more to come.